Hi guys, uh, have a look on these common instruments which are used in orthopedic OT. 2018 we had a question about the Morris and 2019 about the bone nibbler, right? So just a small video for the quick revision purpose of orthopedic instruments. Have a look on them. The first one I'm just going to show you are these three kind of retractors, right? Now often we are confused what exactly Morris and Langenbeck looks like, right? Have a this. The first one that is in my hand, this one is Morris. Okay, this one is Morris retractor and this one is Langenbeck. What's the difference? Have a look on the blade. This one is having a wider blade which is used mostly for the abdominal surgeries, general surgery, right? This is a kind of general surgery appliance instrument, and this one, the Langenbeck, is commonly used in orthopedics. So this one, a small L, Langenbeck. This one with the broad blade is Morris, right? So Morris retractor and the Langenbeck, these two. There is a third kind which is again used mostly in the general surgery, the Zerny, the Z, right? So that's a Journey number 1, Langenbeck number 2, and the Morris number 3, right? So these are three kind of retractors. So you can differentiate them depending on the size of the blade and obviously the design, the Zerny. Okay, now coming on to the orthopedic specific instruments, you see there are two now. Now have a look on these two instruments. Often confuse the bone, the osteotome and the chisel. Just a couple of days back I posted the images on the Facebook page, and still I got some answers which are wrong. Have a close look. The first one, this one on which the finger is right now, it is the osteotome, right? And this one is the chisel. Second one here is the chisel, this one is osteotome. What's the difference? Have a close look, right? The difference is this osteotome is actually sharp at both the edges. Have a look. It is osteotome is sharp at both the edges, so you can use it either of the way. You can hold it and use it either of the way. Now if you see, have a close look on the chisel. Have a look, one edge is beveled, one is sharp, right? That's the difference. So the osteotome and the chisel, the lower one the osteotome and the upper one the chisel, right? So don't get confused in them. One sharp edge or both the sharp edge, one edge beveled, other edge is sharp, the chisel, right? Other would be this one, right? Often the endings look like a chisel, but then this is a periosteum elevator. How do we identify this? This is having a thumb rest. I can use this thumb rest, to scrape off the periosteum. So bone osteotome, the lower one, then you have got the chisel number 2 and the periosteum elevator number 3, right? So let's move them, and then coming on to the next one, you all can easily identify this. What is that? That's a hammer, the mallet, right? This is a normal mallet, sorry. And then the next appliance we have are these wires, right? These wires are what you call the K wires. I hope all of you can easily recognize it. These are the K wires. Now K wires and the other kind of pins are these two, right? Now you see these are K wires which are sharp at both the ends. You can easily appreciate that these are sharp at both the edges. Okay, so these all are your K wires. Now these two are the pins which are used for skeletal traction. Now you see what is the difference? These are sharp at this end, and these are not that sharp on the other end, right? From the sharp end you are going to pierce the bones through these sides. These are the pins which are used for skeletal traction, right? The upper one, this one is the Steinmann pin, and this one is the Denham's pin. What's the difference? See, the Denham's has got the serrations, threads in between, so that it can be used in osteoporotic bones. Okay, so this one is used in the healthy bones when the cutout chance of the bone or moving away from the bone is not that easy. The bones are strong enough to hold on to the pin. Now this pin, so that it doesn't move out in the osteoporotic bones, we have got the threads. So Steinmann, Denham's and K wires. Okay, so let's move them and get the next one. This is what you call a bone gouge, right? The bone gouge. Have a look on this ice cream like scoop, right? If you have seen the ice cream vendor, what he does, the scoop. So this is just used to take out the bone graft from the deeper tissues. You can just put it in, and like you're taking out the sand, like you're taking out the ice cream, you can just scoop out, right? The bone gouge basically. Okay, and similar to that we have other instruments. This you all know what is that? That's a T handle and that's its key, right? So why it is used, the T handle and the key? These two appliances are used when you are trying to put a wire. Let's suppose this wire, I haven't got an electric drill. So what I'll do, I'll put this wire into this like this, and I'll tighten up by the key. Okay, I'll just tighten it up, and this end I'm holding it by this side, and I can just easily push it inside the bone. So manual insertion of the wires, not using the electric drill, without use of electric drill, we can use it by T-handle, right? So T-handle and the key. Okay, so next one, this one is what you call a depth gauge. Okay, so once you have made a hole in the bone, and if you want to measure what should be the size of the screw, what we do, we just pass it through and through the hole and see the distance. If it comes like this, this is, if this area has gone into the bone, what is the size of the screw that is being shown here. Let's suppose it goes still here. Now the size of my screw would be around 40 mm, like that. Okay, so this is the 40 mm basically. This is now 40 mm. Okay, so this is what you call depth gauge. Next one, you have these two. Next one, we have got these two. This one is what you call a bone nibbler. Have a look on the internal areas of the nibbler. See, this is what you call a bone nibbler. Okay, so this is a dual action, basically dual lever. So we have got one action here, one action here. So this is a dual lever basically. So this is bone nibbler, and the other one, you see the edges are so sharp, that's what you call a bone cutter. Okay, so bone cutter and the bone nibbler. The difference, I suppose each one of you can easily recognize, right? The cutter, the sharp edges, and this is the nibbler, which has got again scoop like design inside. Okay, so bone cutter and the bone nibbler. Then we have some uncommon which are not expected from you to be asked, like this one, which is what you call a Loehmann's clamp, right? These clamps are used to basically reduce the bone. Any kind of clamp, we have got a bone clamp, we have got a plate holding forceps. This one is what you call a Loehmann's, L-O-W-M-A-N, Loehmann's clamp, right? So used for reduction of the bones. And then we have got these two wires, which you know where are these used. These are known as stainless steel wire, SS wire. These are used basically, to encirclage the bone, or while you are doing the tension band wiring. So what we do in tension band wiring, we just put these wires through and through the two pieces of patella, right, in tension band wiring, and then by this wire we just pass it across these wires under the quadriceps and the ligament patella like this in a 8 shape fashion, and we just make a loop. So tension band wiring, the SS wire and the K wires. Okay, then we have, okay, this is what you call a bone curate, right? That's what you call a bone curate. So this can be used to clean out the small areas. You want to clean out the extra edges of the bone, you can just scrape it. So bone curate, right? Small things need to be taken out, so you can use it. That's bone curate. So bone curate, stainless steel wire, Loehmann's clamp, then K wires. Okay, then the gouge, then the bone cutter, then the bone nibbler, and then this is your denim pin. This is your Steinman's pin. That's your depth gauge. Again the K wires here, the T handle, I explained it to you. Okay, then this was, what do you say this is now? Another one I have. This is what you call osteotome. So osteotome, the chisel, periosteum elevator, the mallet, the zerny, the Langenbeck, and the Morris, right? So just a short video for having a quick revision of the instruments of orthopedics. Thank you very much.